Let me ask you something, and please answer honestly. How many times have you told yourself, I was supposed to meditate, I said I would work out, I planned to journal and eat better and go for a walk, and then life happened. And instead of adjusting, you shamed yourself and you beat yourself up, right? If you are someone who holds yourself to very high standards, who feels guilty when you fall off, and secretly believes that consistency equals worthiness, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, I want you to walk away with a completely different relationship with discipline and a simple, compassionate tool that helps you follow through on your commitments without burning yourself out. Hi, I'm Karina Aybar, licensed psychotherapist and coach, and I make videos about setting boundaries without guilt, emotional regulation, parentification, and generational trauma recovery so that you can understand why you feel the way you do and how to change it with compassion and practical healing tools. Let's talk about why discipline feels so hard for so many people. And here's something I want you to normalize. Most people struggle with consistency and they are not lazy. They're actually over-responsible. At least that is my opinion. Many of my clients grew up having to anticipate other people's needs, to perform well, to stay safe and accepted. Discipline then became associated with pressure. It became associated with perfection, right? Like there's such a thing. Discipline also became associated with this mindset that if I don't do it right, then it doesn't count. And that's why missing one habit, one single habit, can spiral into what's wrong with me? I can't stick to anything. I always fail, or I always mess it up. And this isn't a motivation issue. It is a nervous system issue. When your system is overwhelmed, rigid routines do not support you. They shame you. And this is where the problem with all or nothing thinking comes in. Here is what I see all the time with many of my clients and members. Let's say someone creates a beautiful routine, right? Morning meditation by 7 a.m., workout by 8 a.m. after a healthy breakfast, journaling, doing a stream of consciousness, writing 2-3 pages, clean eating, organize my space, and then evening wind down, right? Sounds beautiful and perfect. But the moment that they miss one piece, one single piece, their brain goes, well, I blew it, right? And then instead of doing something, they do nothing. That is called all or nothing. And it's a cognitive distortion. If you don't know what those are the irrational thoughts that we resort to under stress. And it's not because you don't care, but because your inner critic is running the show now. And this is exactly where a wellness menu changes everything. If you don't know what a wellness menu is, the wellness menu is not a routine. It is something I implement with my clients and members, and it is a list of supportive options that you can choose from based on your energy that day, your emotional capacity, and your time that day. Think of it like food. Some days you are ready to have a full meal, but other days you just need a little snack, right? And that snack still nourishes you. And that is where a wellness menu comes in, right? A wellness menu might include 2 to 3 minutes of grounding breath, right? Stepping outside for fresh air, or stretching your shoulders, right? Rolling them, or listening to one regulating song. I actually recommend a playlist. If you don't have that, check out some of my live streams where I talk about different coping mechanisms, right? Drinking water mindfully, or writing one sentence instead of journaling. The goal is not to check every box. The goal is to stay in relationship with yourself, even on hard days. Strive to do a single thing that can nourish you, because that is better than nothing. And this works because it reduces pressure, it increases follow through, and it builds self-trust instead of self-punishment. When you do something instead of nothing, you are sending your nervous system this message: I don't abandon myself when things aren't perfect. And that way, you do not feed the perfectionist inner critic. And that is how real consistency is built. It is not through force, it is through permission and intentional action and choice. Here is what I recommend. Create a short wellness menu. Make it visual on your wall, on your phone's notes section. That is something I tell my clients. And maybe in your notes app, wherever it can be visually available. So when your day goes off the rails, you don't default to shame. You default to options. And that is very different than telling yourself, oh my gosh, I blew it up, I didn't do anything. And that at the end of the day, instead of asking, did I do enough? You ask yourself, did I show up for myself in any way today? You notice the difference? That's a healthier way of relating to yourself. And this mindset shift changes everything. If this video resonated with you, it's likely because a part of you is tired of equating discipline with self-criticism. And inside our Self-Worth Hub community, this is the kind of work we do regularly, learning how to support yourself with structure, softness, and compassionate accountability. So check it out in the description. And if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who are very hard on themselves. You may make their day. And remember, you don't need more discipline. You need a kinder system that actually works with you. I am sending you much love. I will see you in the next video. And please, as usual, remember your resilience.